on that side.
Just met them a couple nights ago.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the M2 Motoring YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today it's a continuation of the previous video. It's the next day. Now that I have some daylight, here is the car. So as I pointed out in the previous video, you can see various dings, scratches, and all that. Again, I'm not really worried or stressed about all the cosmetic flaws. That will be addressed soon enough. But the first thing I have to do is, you know, drive the car, shake it down. Spent about an hour at the DMV earlier today getting a temporary operating permit since the car does not have any plates, so that I'm legal to drive, have insurance and all that. So this is going to be the first actual drive of the car, and you're going to get to ride along with me. So really excited about this. If you haven't already, please go ahead and like the video and comment down below on anything you want to see for future videos or anything about this car. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. So let's go ahead get started. And also, before I start driving the car, here is a daytime video of the interior. I did not go through and thoroughly detail this yet. Like I said, I want to get this car mechanically sorted out to the best I can before I put all that time in, or if I have a little bit of time later, then I'll take care of it. Like I said, again, for the price I paid for the car, I really can't, you know, complain. Thanks, Connie, for the car. The car does have, you know, little cosmetic flaws. I know there was a baby seat here. You can see the imprint of the base of the seat, so same as that side. But overall, for the mileage and what the car's been through, it's pretty good. Starts off right now with 148,783 miles. As you see on the dash, it's a Christmas tree. So as part of my first drive today, my goal is to actually go visit my friend Dave, who is a former Toyota technician, and he's going to help diagnose the car and help, you know, run it through his diagnostic system software and see everything that's wrong with this car, so we know what I have to order and do all that. Don't worry, it's not flickering, it's the camera picking it up however it does. So yeah, let's get started. One of the things I notice immediately now that it's daylight, the rear mirror, I don't know if you can see it, it had its better days, so I might replace that. And then when I was opening the center console, had a nice surprise here. I don't know if you can see all that stuff. That's going to require a little bit of attention, but like I said, not a huge deal. It is a used car, and I bought it blind. Again, I'm not complaining. I'm just laying out the details of how this is and what to expect when you buy a car over the internet. So far, so good. Quick video on the part of driving in the local area. This isn't the smoothest road near my home, and this car does need a refreshed suspension. These shocks feel like they're pretty much gone. It has a very boaty ride to it, and I've driven a IS, the first and second gen prior, or namely the second gen, and it did not ride like this. So new suspension is part of the process of sorting it all out. In terms of just driving through a local road, straight acceleration, it feels pretty good. Seems to accelerate fine. I don't hear any weird noises, so that's a good thing. And I'll check back in once I get on the freeway, get up to freeway speeds to let you know how it is. So far it seems to be shifting okay, but I've only been driving it up to about 40, 45. So the freeway will be the test to see how this car reacts and goes. So I'm not even quite on the freeway yet, but I have noticed that the car, not sure if it's not quite shifting into fifth. It's kind of hanging in fourth, and the shifting's a little bit clunky, jerky. So that's one of the things that I purchased the car knowing that it was doing that. So that's something that Dave's gonna run his diagnostic on, but I just wanted to see if this thing shifts into fifth and whatnot, because it doesn't seem to be doing it right now. Hopefully there's not a whole lot of traffic. We'll see in just a second. Don't mind all the sounds. That was the stuff I have in the passenger seat just rolling around. Okay, so it looks like the car is not shifting into the higher gears. It is hanging at a relatively high RPM. I'm not sure how the gearing is, but it shouldn't be revving this high on going 60. So that's something that needs to be addressed. Gonna wait till we diagnose with Dave to see what the issues are. I have an idea. I did some research last night, but I'd rather have, you know, an expert in Lexus and Toyota that's been doing it for, you know, a good decade take a look at it. So I got off the freeway to go get gas at Costco. It's got a quarter tank left. I was like, yeah, I might as well just stop by and try to get gas. You know, right now it's after 5 o'clock. Yeah, the line at Costco, I said, never mind, forget it. It was more than double the average line. So that would be about a half-hour wait, and I didn't want to keep Dave waiting. He's waiting for me, trying to be mindful of his time, so I'll just get gas after. But anyhow, first driving impression so far, I really enjoy this car. It's hitting that checklist of things that I'm looking for in a sedan to drive for a daily. It's obviously a night and day difference than driving the XB. This car is way more comfortable. The AC obviously is freezing cold. This car's factory options. It has the OEM HID setup, or factory option HID, and it has factory option navigation. So I haven't used it yet, but it seems to be pretty on point and accurate. Outside that, you know, there's no loose feel in the steering wheel, so the steering rack's good. The car's got 140,000 miles. I looked up the service records for this car. There is some service that needs to be done. I'm gonna go through all that with Dave and have him look at the engine and see what else we need. And, you know, hopefully from there, I should have a 110% solid running, driving Lexus. The interior, you know, is a little bit more worn than what I thought it would be when I, you know, actually cleaned it last night, but it's okay. Things that I can, you know, take care of later. The doors, fortunately, and the dash does not have the sticky issue that these cars are notorious for. The recall was already done, so I'm really happy about that. What else? Brakes feel good, feel pretty solid, firm pedal. Although they might be a little bit worn down, but like I said, I haven't taken a look at that yet. We'll have Dave take a look at everything when we get there. I should be there in the next 15-20 minutes. I'll go ahead and cut the camera and I'll check back in with you guys in just a bit. Just got here to my buddy Dave's house. There he is.
What up?
So you can see he has
two Scions in the background. He is one of the original guys in the Scion scene back in the day. He was a big car guy. There's his 4Runner that he uses daily. So he's about to hook up the diagnostic system and see what all the codes are and everything that needs to be sorted out on this car, so I can order all the parts. Alright. That's a good amount of codes.
Yeah, it's a couple.
Buying a car blind on the internet.
Camshaft position sensor. Let's hope it's not rat damage.
What does that mean?
Hope no rat got in there and chewed the wires.
Okay. Fair enough. So right now Dave's going through the menus and taking a look at everything, and
that's the one you're talking about?
yep.
Yeah. The rest of those don't even matter. They're all just secondary codes that come with all these. I guess we'll start with the engine first. No freeze ring damage.
Whoo, it's hot.
Just a little bit.
Whoa.
Don't see any rat droppings or anything going on.
That's a good sign. Great. This car, I believe, is garage most of its life. Well, the car started off in Southern California and I believe went to New York. Or started in New York, came to Southern California, and then went to NorCal. So on the engine, here are some of the codes that it has. Dave's gonna take a look at it right now and see what's going on. There's the engine bay. There's nothing really leaking except for that right there. And Dave pointed out, this is the first time looking underneath the hood, really looking underneath, there's just a very minor leak on this valve cover, but nothing major. He's gonna take some of this apart and take a closer look. Just left Dave's. Pretty much what he did was he just went and reset all the lights and errors on all the codes to see which ones will come back. I gotta drive it for a few days and, you know, see where it's at. Other than that, he said, you know, that's the first round check, is just to do that and then see what happens from there, see what comes back, what doesn't come back. And hopefully, you know, those just stay gone. And we went over some of the maintenance items that I need to order. I already know, but I wanted to get his input. So hopefully after this, everything is good, get the car smogged and fully registered, and I can drive it, you know, pretty carefree. The tires do need to be replaced, so now comes the question of, do I get wheels and tires, or do I just get some tires? We'll see. Other than that, that pretty much concludes today's episode. Thanks again for tuning in. Definitely do appreciate it. Until next time, you guys take care. See you on the next episode.